But this is what he had to say about injuries and coaching around them, something that I thought was fitting with what Washington's going through.
I think the first thing is one of the things that can sometimes be a blessing in disguise that we talked about is how do you create authentic value for everybody and maximize their skill sets? And by nature of being able to utilize, if you got a jersey up on game day, if you're one of those 48, how can we maximize it? I think our defense has done a really good job of that. And then I think the offense, our guys on offense have done a really good job. And every single week, we're tasked as a coaching staff. How do we maximize our players' skill sets? How do we put them in situations to give them successful outcomes? And then you take into consideration the opponent and the scheme that we're going against. But the more that you have to defend, the more eligibles that get involved in the pass game. I love the way Matthew's spreading the football around, and he's just taking what the defense gives him. And, oh, by the way, you have the luxury of having two premier players like Devontae and Puka, but we got a lot of damn good football players on this offense, and those guys are starting to show why, it is about the totality of the unit. I think Matthew's doing a great job of getting a bunch of people involved. Like we were just talking as an offensive staff, one of my favorite things is when you're using everybody, the most snaps that an offensive skill player played yesterday was 39. Kyron and Colby both played 39 snaps. But, you're talking about Devontae and Puka and that just,
How
that
different is this?
Yeah.
Everyone says, oh, look at all the talent they have. They have Devontae Adams. They have Kyron Williams. These guys are not playing a ton. Like, they're on the field, they're fresh, they're available. They're using other dudes you don't know the names of who aren't going to the Hall of Fame or the Pro Bowl a lot too. And he's talking about maximizing everyone. To me, that's what coaching is. So are you having more injuries and more cluster injuries than the Rams? Yes. But whether it's the Niners or the Rams or the Lions who just came in here and dominated you. By the way, they were without 3 of their 5 offensive linemen during some of those touchdown drives. Why is it that other teams and other staffs have just done a better job masking these deficiencies? I think it's a fair question.
Yes, it is.
I don't have a good answer. In fact, it's a rhetorical question because I know that you've dealt with more injuries. I'm not asking for great, but I would like not embarrassing. I would like not the worst in 22 years when it comes to losing by 21 4 straight weeks. And the teams that are having a lot of injuries around the league just are doing a better job dealing.